Hello, this is Noah Chandler with CullmanSense. I'm sitting here with Emily Hayes. She's up in Coleman today promoting Vintage Cowboys, who are going to be playing down at Mobile's South Sounds Fest coming up on April
13th, 14th, and 15th.
All right. So, Emily, if you would tell the folks out there exactly what South Sounds Fest is and what's going to be going on.
South Sounds Fest is trying to get my words right. It's a festival that features only Southeastern artists. We feel like beyond having the best athletes in the country, we also have the best musicians, and they don't always have a platform to play on and to meet other musicians in the Southeast. So that's basically what South Sounds is, to get these bands together so they can network and trade off shows, and then to expose everyone to what we have in the Southeast, which is phenomenal musicians.
Right. And I know that there are many bands playing over a 3-day period, multiple venues. If you would, and I know you're up here with the Vintage Cowboys today, so if you would tell us a little bit what brought y'all to Vintage Cowboys and bringing them down to Mobile.
It's a really funny story about how we got Vintage Cowboys, or how I heard of Vintage Cowboys. We do the booking for the Blind Mule in Mobile, and do all my booking through email. Got an email from them. They included a video of a show of them at Zydeco, and being from this area, I'm familiar with Zydeco and all that jazz. And I was like, I dig it, I'll book you. And as I'm reading more of their bio and stuff, these names sound familiar. Do I know these guys from when I lived in Coleman? So I asked them, I was like, where y'all from? We're from a little town north of Birmingham. I was like, what's the name of the town, dude? Coleman. I was like, heck yeah, I'll book you. And I should say they did get booked on the merit of their tunes first, but it was an added bonus knowing that we knew a lot of the same people and all that jazz. Right. So whenever they come down to play, they bring just cars full of people with them. They're like, yeah, heck yeah, we'll go down to Mobile for the weekend. And that's awesome, because that's good for Mobile and it's good for Coleman.
Yeah. And so what can, now somebody who lived in Coleman, this is where you graduated high school from.
I did.
And
CHS 2003.
Exactly. And,
showing my age now.
Yeah. And so back when you were in school, the music scene in Coleman was...
The music scene in Coleman was you play out in a grassy field out 278 towards Holly Pond, or you get a gig at the Dodge City Town Hall in their basement until we scuffed up the floor too much and they wouldn't let us have shows down there anymore. But to be in Coleman now, and I really think it's a direct effect of being able to have alcohol sales, because your nightlife booms like that. Because when people get off work, they're kind of tired or whatever, they want to chill and have a bourbon or whatever. It's the Southern way. And, they just want to hang out, dude, and you can't, sometimes it's boring sitting at home and having a drink. And since there was a need created once the alcohol sales happened, so there's a need for bars need entertainment, and it gives bands the opportunity to play in front of groups of people that would never go to a show at the Dodge City Town Hall. That wouldn't go out to that field in Holly Pond. It's going to work well for everybody. And now I was reading an article that y'all are a year into having the sales, or being able to sell, and I love it. Being up here now versus when I was in school, it's a totally different feeling. I think it's kind of re-energized folks.
And
we had a hello.
Yeah. And
from Bill, the amazing owner of Local Standard. Dude's so kind, so gracious to let us be here today, and this is the first bar in Coleman I've been to. It'll probably be my favorite now.
I know, especially with everything going local.
Oh yeah.
And so what would you tell people up around Coleman and throughout Alabama about coming down to the South Sounds Fest?
So, what's so great about South Sounds is that, say you come down from Coleman because you've heard of Vintage Cowboys and you want to support them. In supporting them, you're supporting acts from Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida. Like, we're pulling from all those places. And so you go, like the guy said earlier, you go see Vintage Cowboys play at the Blind Mule at 9 o'clock, then you want to go see the Susies or the Handsome Scoundrels at the Bike Shop or at the Alabama Music Box. You buy a wristband for $10, and it gets you into all 5 participating venues. And those are the Blind Mule, OK Bicycle Shop, Serta's, and Alabama Music Box, and Callahan's. Did I say them all?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we couldn't do it without the support that we've got down there. because these venues want to see this happen too. Because we book these people all the time, and we want to build up their profile among the Southeast. And it's a great networking tool for bands as well. Say, since we're here with the Vintage Cowboys, say they draw 500 people in Cullman.
Yeah.
Then they hook up with a band out of Louisiana, like Native America. And it comes to, well, Native America pulls X amount of people at their shows in Louisiana, bring the Vintage Cowboys along, let them play with them, expose that group in Louisiana to what's going on in Alabama, and vice versa. Native America would come do a show with Vintage Cowboys. It's a great networking thing. And that makes me almost as happy as the fact that we're exposing people to this kind of stuff going on. Alabama Shakes are from Athens, Alabama.
Yeah.
They're blowing up. And we talked about this morning a little bit. It's kind of like what happened in Seattle when one grunge band made it. Oh, we're all going to go sign all these bands.
Yeah.
Well, what we're doing, we're kind of taking out the work for some A&R people, because we're saying, hey, we've got all the best right here at this festival. And it's going to be a great time in Mobile, because in addition to the festival, it's also Arts Alive weekend, which is just unbelievable, with many different artists from around the country coming down, showcasing their stuff, lots of arts and crafts and all that jazz. So it's going to be something for your senses. You're going to get cultured real quick. I'm so excited. I just go on and on and on about it because I'm so excited.
Okay. Well, anything you want to tell the people? Just come on down this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we've got, if you go to southsoundsfest.com, you can see the complete lineup, learn about the bands. We also have a Spotify playlist where you can just click that on your computer and listen to the bands that are playing. And there's something for everyone. There's bluegrass, there's hard rock, there's punk rock, there's, the best way I can describe Vintage Cowboys is just good time Southern rock. You know, we've got something for everybody, and the wristbands are $10. It gets you into all 5 venues. It's beautiful, just like it is up here right now. Like, the weather's perfect in Mobile, so it's going to be an amazing time. And but yeah, and we'll be giving some tickets away via our Facebook page as well, which is South Sounds Music Fest. So it's definitely something to check out.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Emily, and we're going to throw it back inside. CullmanSense presents Sound Stages. First one will be Vintage Cowboys.
Woo!
Yeah,